place is Spain. The time, 1570. An age in which men lived by intrigue and died by violence. Spain, ruler of half the world, is itself ruled by His Most Catholic Majesty Philip II, King of Spain, Sicily, Naples, the Netherlands, and Jerusalem. In name, the most powerful man in the world. In reality, a frightened man, whose crown rests uneasily on his head. Plagued by and ever on guard against the schemings of his ambitious brother, Prince John, who from his exile in Brussels constantly plots to win Philip's throne. Lost without the firm and loyal guidance of his great First Minister, Ruy Gomez, now 3 years dead. Afraid to trust any man, made treacherous by doubt, Philip journeys from his capital at Madrid to enlist the influence of Ruy Gomez's widow, Ana de Mendoza, Princess of Eboli, First Lady of Spain.
I can hear the King's trumpeters. His character is coming, Mother. I can hear it.
Stand still, darling. You can't meet His Majesty with your shirt tail out.
Just to the balcony. I can look down.
You never look down on your king, darling. Now, don't forget. First you kneel and kiss his hand, and then you say...
I know by heart.
It contains is yours. And at your absolute
Oh, poor baby, it's too much.
Service. And on behalf of my mother, the Princess of Eboli.
Your Majesty is most warmly welcome.
I have been welcomed most beautifully, Highness. My godson is not Ruy Gomez's child for nothing, nor his mother's.
Well, Anna?
You look tired, Philip. And so thin. You're working too hard.
I feel refreshed already, just being here. How many happy hours I've spent in this room with you and Ruy. You've improved. Today, ambitious pattern.
It's a new back for your chair. The old one's dreadfully frayed.
And my chair.
Thank you, Anna. Dear Tuerta. Is there no one left now to use that nickname?
The one-eyed one. Not since Ruy died. He managed to make it a term of endearment.
Tell me, Anna, I've never asked you, have I? Was it really on my account that you lost your eye?
It was so long ago. I was such a child of impulse. And that page of father's was really only a little boy. What did it matter if he thought that your brother should be king instead of you?
But you defended me.
Yes, Philip. I fought my one and only duel. Over you.
You always believed in me.
Yes. I've always believed in you.
And I in you, no matter what Madrid had to say about you.
And well, you might, since the worst they could say was that I was the king's mistress.
You've lost none of your free way of speech.
Oh, I'm sorry. Does it annoy you?
On the contrary, it reminds me of the better times. How sweetly the sound carries in this quiet country air.
It's not the chimes of Santa Maria Almudena. It's the one thing I miss of Madrid.
That is why I'm here. Anna, it is time you return to Madrid.
I'm happy here.
Fernando is growing up. You owe it to him.
He's happy here. Now, Philip, why do you really want me to come back to Madrid?
Ana, you are a Mendoza. It is still the greatest name in Spain.
You didn't come all this way to tell me that.
You remember Antonio Perez?
That perfumed upstart from Aragon.
A most brilliant minister. He has imagination. He gets things done.
I thought Mateo Vasquez was your tower of strength.
Put no such trust in him as in Perez.
Vasquez could succumb to my brother's fatal charm. Perez is an opportunist. I know his pockets are well lined, he is ostentatious, his manners are deplorable. But I can count on him. He is loyal to my throne.
Then if you put such trust in him, why don't you make him your first minister?
Your husband, Ruy Gomez, was my first minister. Only when he died did I rule Spain, and only then.
So now you have two first secretaries, and play one against the other. A dangerous game, Philip.
It keeps power in my hands.
It's little enough I ask of you, Ana.
You haven't asked it yet.
The nobility are cold toward Perez. He is not of them. But if Ana de Mendoza were to receive him into her home, then they can have no choice.
I don't share your liking for this Perez, and I don't believe in nameless peasants becoming secretaries of state. No, Philip. I won't be used to advance his career.
You've lost none of your audacity, Ana.
Surely, Philip, there can be no audacity between friends.
Then between friends, I ask you to return, Ana. Madrid is very lonely without you.
In secret hiding places, even within his own capital, men meet by night to plan Philip's downfall and the enthronement of his brother, Prince John. Made bold by the ever-increasing number of their supporters, fanatic in their devotion to the exiled prince, the conspirators are led by a one-time member of Philip's retinue, and now Prince John's personal advisor, Juan Escobedo. Arrogant, ruthless, eager for the hour of decision.
Prince John shall prevail. Let there be no mistake.
You delivered the letter?
As you ordered, Excellency. Well, His Majesty's face turned white with anger. He sent for Antonio Perez at once.
I couldn't have asked for better. I don't envy him his moment with the king. Who knows? The day when Spain is burdened with two secretaries of state may come to an end. Antonio Perez's star is fading. Yes, who knows? Perhaps there will be a first minister once again to guide the king without interference.
Don Mateo Vasquez.
It would be immodest of me to say it, but who is better qualified? It was a fortunate wind indeed that blew that Escobedo letter into my hands.
Read this. Vasquez intercepted it.
Ah, that red efficiency, Señor Mateo Vasquez. It will prove the undoing of us all.
It was not he who persuaded me to appoint this Escobedo advisor to my brother. You see the result? In Escobedo's own hand. To Prince John.
Your Highness, now is the time to strike, I urge you. Ignore the king's peaceful policies and you will have the whole army behind you. Thus could you become greater in Spain than your brother and a fit contender for the throne. What must he do before we speak of treason? Impeach Escobedo. The courts will do the rest. And the executioner.
Sire, is that Vasquez's solution?
Why not?
Your Majesty, will it be Escobedo who stands trial or your brother? Will the people believe this was all Escobedo's idea? There can be no trial, Your Majesty. For the good of the royal name, for the good of Spain.
I am Spain. Mine is the divine right. There will be no trial.
A wise decision, sire. I will speak to Escobedo and make him see the light.
You will die at the hand of an unknown executioner.
Your Majesty, this was not my intention.
It is my order. In writing, it is for the good of Spain.
I beg your indulgence, sire. Leave this matter in my hands. I will accept full responsibility for his future conduct. I ask this of you, in your own interest. Sire, surely Juan Escobedo is not a worthy opponent for your Majesty. Elizabeth of England, yes. William the Silent, yes. Henry of France, yes. But Juan Escobedo, no, your Majesty.
There are times when you display the Ruy Gomez technique. You're becoming very adept at maneuvering your king. You're not aspiring to be the second Ruy Gomez in my life. Are you, Antonio?
I could never hope for such distinction, sire.
So be it. I will concede the Escobedo matter to you. And I will pray to God to give him better judgment.
Thank you, your Majesty.
This, the world of treachery, to which, at her king's request, Ana de Mendoza returns.
Your Highness, on behalf of His Majesty, we bid you welcome to Madrid.
Thank you, Captain. His Majesty is most gracious.
Down with the guards!
Oh, it's good to be home.
But they all know you, Mother.
As they will know you, darling.
Excellency.
Hola, Diego. What news this morning?
Enough for one morning, I think, and right under our noses. The Princess of Italy.
What brings her back to Madrid?
Perhaps she has come to see Don Inigo perform against the bulls.
Don't be a fool. She would not be impressed by that strutting peacock, even though he is her cousin. No, Diego. If she has emerged from her retirement, it is for a purpose. The question is, what?
What difference does it make? One woman more or less in Madrid?
This is not one woman, more or less. This is Ana de Mendoza. She has more power than any...
Come in.
His Majesty has granted full pardon to 14 political prisoners for the celebration of the princess' return to Madrid. Now do you see what I mean by power?
Fine figure, that Don Inigo.
Come to Aragon someday, Esperanza. There you will see the bullfights. We do not make it an exercise for the aristocracy, as you do here in Madrid.
That's Ana de Mendoza.
You might ask.
The one I want.
Excellency, Excellency.
So, her cousin has finally dragged her out of her retirement.
I bid you welcome, cousin. I shall dedicate my bull to you.
Take care the bull does not elect to welcome me by giving me your ear, Inigo.
I shall not discredit the name of Mendoza. I bid you good afternoon, madam.
I'd forgotten what a pompous bore he is.
He looks well.
I trust he looks as well a half hour hence.
Inigo has improved a lot since he teamed with Renalta.
My illustrious cousin needs help to kill his bull.
Oh, no. I've heard he's very good at the kill. Renalta only does the baiting.
His saddle's slipping.
Toro.
Bernardina, inform Don Antonio I shall be happy to receive him at supper tonight.
Don Antonio? Highness regret keeping you waiting. An unexpected caller.
Doña Bernardina,
Well, I'm glad to see you in this house.
I'm glad that you came back to Madrid.
And high time, too. I never held with all that pious widowhood in the country.
Well, a woman who loses her husband must conform.
A woman who takes her husband 30 years her senior must expect to lose him. Now it's time for her to enjoy herself.
Does she know how?
It's something that can be learned. The trouble is she's good, ridiculously good in a wicked world.
Good evening, Juan.
Good evening, Doña Bernardina.
Good evening to you, Don Juan.
Does he come here often?
This is his first visit. But if I know Juan Escovedo, it won't be his last.
Her Highness will see you now, Excellency.
Good night, Doña Bernardina.
The pleasure was mine, Senior Secretary of State.
Don Antonio.
Princess?
I'm sorry to have kept you waiting, but Don Juan is a little deliberate of speech.
My saint's day came more quickly than I had hoped, Princess. I wonder about your sudden invitation until I saw Escovedo here.
Really, he's such an earnest man. If it were not for that, one could only call him a fool.
I call him that, and much more.
So I gather.
You gather only too truly. Escovedo has lost his heart to the king's brother and forgotten the king. That's why he's here at your door. So, Princess, I shall bid you good night, and await my saint's day another time.
Don Antonio. Philip is also my king, and Juan Escovedo was not invited here. Nor was it on his account that you were. So now, please sit down and forget affairs of state. You surprised me, Don Antonio.
And you me, Princess.
The way you spoke, I hadn't expected such candor.
I am noted for it. Unfortunately, I would like a little of the same from you. Why was Escovedo here?
I thought we'd come to that.
Well?
He came to warn me against you. It seems that he's as anxious that you should not use me as an ally as you seem anxious that he should not do the same thing.
And what did you tell him?
What I tell you. I use my influence with no one. So you see, you had no cause to fear.
You misunderstood me, Princess. I was not afraid.
That I believe. Fear is not an emotion for the man I saw this afternoon.
Oh, that. It was not so hazardous. You must remember that I was not born a king's minister.
So now we come to the real reason I asked you here tonight. I owe you an apology.
I am pleased that you approve of me.
Not entirely. I'd like to be of help to you if I can. Would you be offended if I said that your clothes are a little over ornate for the restrained taste of Madrid? Your jewels somewhat lavish?
You mean, my taste is of the worst?
Say that it too well conceals the man that lies beneath.
We're even now, Princess. I didn't expect such candor from you either.
Like you, I am noted for it. I didn't believe Philip when he said that you were the man he trusted most. I did when I saw you this afternoon, and even more so now. It was kind of you to come. Some wine?
Salud, Ana de Mendoza.
Salud, Antonio Perez.
Highness, supper is served.
The blessed chimes of Santa Maria. Nowhere in the world is there such a lovely sound, or so consoling.
I have heard them 1,000 times, but have never listened to them before.
I've missed them very much.
During your exile?
I hadn't thought of that until tonight.
Well, Princess, Madrid sleeps. I must say good night.
You have another appointment?
No, but it's late. And Madrid is quick to gossip.
It's gossiped before.
And, you don't mind?
About what?
You have a great name. Ana de Mendoza.
That I know. But I also know that it belongs to me.
You, always wear black?
For 3 years.
You have been a widow 3 years. That's a long time.
I'm still a widow.
But you're also a woman.
Am I?
In the quiet of the Madrid countryside, they meet by day, escorted only by their servants, thinking themselves secure from prying eyes. By night, thinking themselves safe within the walls of her own palace, Ana de Mendoza and Antonio Perez pursue their happiness.
You'll be warm enough when Perez comes out.
Would he have gone out the front way?
They're all being watched.
I have no liking for this.
We have our orders.
Renounce the king's brother. You must retire to the country and live a private life.
Nor have I come for your advice.
This is not a game that you play. I tell you this, your neck and the executioner's axe are very close together.
Much may happen before they touch.
Can't you understand? Your master's cause is lost. We were friends once. Believe me now. Do as I tell you. You are rich. You have honors. Live to enjoy them.
Are you finished?
Yes, I'm finished. You were born a fool and you will die one.
Then I shall say what I came to say. Let me offer you a little advice in return. You will reverse your policies. Henceforth, we expect you to side with us in the king's councils.
Are you threatening me?
You have no choice. Our positions are changed, Antonio. Now I steer and you pull yours.
You are mad.
You've committed one indiscretion too many. You should never have become involved with the princess.
Don't finish that.
With the Princess of Ebony. Ana Mendoza has a price to be paid for. That you will answer for later.
Juan, you should know that you can blackmail me.
You think I like the role, but my cause is greater than our friendship. I will use any means.
And who would believe that stupid fairy tale? My name has been linked with 100 women. Most of them as of impeccable virtue as the great lady you have named.
There is a difference between the Princess of Ebony and those others. The king was not in love with them. If he were to hear his trusted advisor had...
Go on, you fool. Go on. Pit your word against the oaths and threats and testimonies of the Mendozas of Spain. And all their vassals and their cousins and their servants. Against the iron ring of loyalty that will surround her. Against the animosity that Philip already bears you for your treachery. Go on. Juan, even today I try to. Tell me, Juan, are you in love with death?
Death comes to every man.
But you run to find it. Let me remind you, His Majesty does not like the bringer of bad news.
That is my affair.
All right, if you must face the king, I warn you now. Take proof.
Well, my eyes are failing me. I could almost swear that dress is not black.
I'm tired of black.
I'm tired of this face, but I still wear it.
Oh, Bernie, let me be happy.
Are you happy? Ah, Nina, Nina, why could you not have had your fun? Why did you have to fall in love?
Come in.
His Majesty is here, Hans.
Your Eminence.
Anna.
Dear, dear Eminence.
His Majesty is upstairs paying a farewell visit to his godson. He leaves for El Escorial shortly to spend the days of Lent with the monks there.
He finds great happiness there.
And you, Anna? Where do you find yours? I haven't seen you at your devotions lately.
I've not neglected prayer, Your Eminence.
That pleases me, Anna. It is no great step from the love of man to the love of God.
His Majesty.
You're wearing colors.
I've worn colors before, Philip.
Not since you were a widow.
I don't need black to remind me of Rui. Don't censure me, Philip. It's been days since you came here.
And now I can stay only a minute. It seems there's too little time to be a friend and be a king. There was a day when I could not have proved so beautiful. We must give thanks to God that we grow old and temptation dies.
You hear him, Cardinal? He always pays court to me, if one may call it that, in such terms as to make it seem he's profoundly grateful to have escaped me.
Perhaps indeed I am. Had we been lovers once, could we visit together now in such perfect trust and friendship?
Can't lovers be?
Your Majesty.
Come in, Don Antonio.
Forgive my intrusion, Your Highness. Your Majesty, a courier has just arrived from your brother, sire.
What new request does he make?
The old one, sire.
Always money. But we don't give him any, do we, Perez?
No, sire, we do not.
Come on, then. I know a gay party awaits you somewhere. But you must forgo your pleasure for an hour.
I pray you, sire, delay it no more than that, or you will surely bring great sorrow to one of the ladies of Madrid.
I hope you know what great honor it does you to have won the friendship of the Princess of Eboli.
I am even more grateful for that of Ana de Mendoza, sire.
You see, Ana, why he is Secretary of State. If we didn't know him, we might think that he was paying court to you. But we do know him, and so it is impossible. You have found a most persuasive advocate, Perez. Since Her Highness has interceded for you, I will release you from your toils tonight. Good night, Princess, and a holy Lent to you and to your house.
And to you, Your Majesty. Great peace and pleasure, del Escorial.
Good night, dear child. You always know where to find me.
I know, dear father. Oh, Anton, darling.
Ana, why didn't you tell me he was coming here? Your servants, why didn't they warn me?
Philip is a friend. He comes when he pleases.
What does he mean, leaving me here? It's a trap. That's what it is. A trap. He knows everything.
And what if he does?
I didn't like the way he looked at me. I didn't like what he said. This can't go on, Ana. It's too dangerous.
Do you wish it to end, Anton?
You know the answer to that. Ana, there's too much talk.
So I've learned.
And you don't mind?
Of course I mind. But what is the alternative? Do you prefer clandestine meetings, nasty surreptitious hidings behind locked doors? No, thank you.
Ana, it's not only you that is involved.
Forgive me. I didn't know your reputation was so spotless.
I have worked 20 years to be where I am now.
And I'm a threat to your ambitions?
I see every day with what dispatch Philip can punish anyone who betrays him.
Have you betrayed him?
Have I not? What would he say if he knew that the woman he loved...
Why all this self-reproach? Philip has no claim on me. Don't you misunderstand, Anton. Philip's love is not for me, but for the legend of our love, for a lost youth.
Ana, this I must know. Did you love him?
I suppose I must have. You see him now, Anton. A man burnt out, old before his time, intent on his place in history and in heaven. But when he was young... Yes, I loved him. Perhaps he even loved me. Perhaps that was why he arranged my marriage to Rui.
If he loved you, he wouldn't have given you to anyone.
Only to Rui, whom he loved so dearly his conscience would never let him attempt to win Rui's wife.
That complicated man.
A good man, Anton.
That's what makes him so dangerous. There are others against me far less good. They never worried me. You haven't finished your supper, Ana.
I'm not hungry.
Forgive me, Ana. I'm sorry. I didn't mean the things that I said.
Oh, Anton, I'm bad for you. Go now. Don't make me grow to love you anymore.
I never intended that you should love me, Ana.
Nor I. Have they all loved you, Anton? All the women that you...
Oh, everyone. To the point of madness.
Oh. I almost forgot. See if you like it.
Another present? Why?
Because I like giving you things.
This is lovely, Ana. You're so generous.
So are you. You've given me so much happiness.
You charged me to bring proof, Antonio. Will this suffice?
Anton! Anton!
I should kill you for this one. But it will wait.
You disgrace your name, Princess. You disgrace Spain. You betray us all in your indulgence with this mock statesman, this peacock who would defraud Spain of her destiny.
Are you sure you want to be taken home, Juan?
I have a rendezvous.
But it's dangerous for you to be out so late these days.
God is the best judge of that. A holy Lent to you, Don Inigo.
Adios.
You are late, Excellency. Have you news yet?
Antonio Perez is at last in our power, and Philip will learn everything by tomorrow. About the princess's intrigue with Antonio.
Has proof been found?
I saw the proof for myself in Anna's house. Antonio is finished when the king lands.
And without Perez, Philip is lost.
Prince John may now know the throne awaits him. The crown is his.
You come too late, Your Eminence. Juan Escovedo is with God.
Make way for the Cardinal!
His Eminence, the Cardinal! His Eminence, the Cardinal!
This by special courier to Rome. This to His Highness Prince John in Brussels. Your Eminence, I will announce you.
The occasion is urgent, Vasquez. The king will receive me.
Your Eminence.
I bring sad news, sir. Juan Escovedo is dead.
May his soul rest in peace.
He has been murdered.
Alas, he had many enemies.
This will be a grievous shock to your brother, sire.
I do not think my brother will be surprised. Let us pray for the departed soul. Inform Don Antonio of this sad news.
Ah, so soon, Mateo. Have you persuaded His Majesty in 1 hour to undo all that it took me 5 to accomplish?
The king has made minor revisions in some of the decrees you prepared for him.
Let's propose a new policy, Mateo. You to be first minister for 6 months, and I for the other 6. Then perhaps one of us could accomplish something.
This is no time for humor. Juan Escovedo has been killed.
Where? Under what circumstances?
I've just had some details from the guard. In the public square.
Who else lies dead? Juan Escovedo was not a man to be taken unaware.
His killers disappeared in the night.
Salud, Escovedo. A fair voyage. Good night, Mateo. I will not keep you from your work.
Good night, Antonio.
Take these to Aragon and put them in a safe place.
Where?
I don't even want to know. What I don't know, I can't divulge. God be with you.
Excellency.
Oh, Diego, on your way, stop at Pastrana and tell the Princess of Eboli of Escobedo's death.
Myself, I shall do it, Excellency.
And Diego.
Excellency.
Tell her to be happy.
That is all, Your Highness. He's dead.
Oh, dear God, what have we done? It will blow away, Princess. Everything does. What else did Don Antonio say?
Only that he bade Your Highness be happy.
Happiness died with Juan Escobedo, Diego. That is his revenge.
The English ambassador called to present his condolences on the death of Prince John. The Cardinal has ordained a requiem mass, and I am preparing a decree for a day of national mourning.
The death of my brother is of no importance to the nation, only to his family. Is there nothing else for my attention?
I hesitate to burden your majesty with a triviality at such a time, but...
You alarm me, Vasquez. When you mention a triviality, I know that we are faced with a crisis. What is it?
In the matter of Escobedo's death, your majesty.
Escobedo. A wasted life. Had he known that the plague in Brussels would claim my brother, he would not have conspired against me.
The rumor is, sir, that he died for another reason. His family contend that he was killed because he learned of a love affair between Perez and...
Don Antonio is blameless. Inform the family of Escobedo.
I shall assure them that their suspicions are groundless, your majesty.
Don Mateo, who is the other party in this love affair?
She's not named, your majesty.
I asked a question, Vasquez. You will answer.
The story is too absurd. I would not be guilty of spreading it.
I'm waiting.
But I beseech your majesty. The story is that Escobedo gained admission to the palace of the Princess of Eboli and found Perez...
They lie. You understand me, Vasquez? That is a lie that must be put down.
If Her Highness showed any kindness towards Perez, it was at my request. She shall not suffer for it. Inform the princess that I will call upon her this evening.
She is not in Madrid, your majesty.
Why was I not told?
She left for the country the same night that the alleged incident between Escobedo and Perez took place.
Instruct Don Antonio to surrender all his state papers to you.
Immediately, your majesty.
I have not finished. When you receive the papers, deliver them to me, unopened.
As you wish, sir.
Still, I have not finished. Prepare papers appointing Don Antonio to succeed my brother in Brussels.
You reward him most handsomely for his services, your majesty.
My brother regarded Brussels as an exile. Many things may happen to a man in exile. Don Antonio has compromised an innocent woman. He must be punished.
Faster, faster!
I won.
You always do, my darling. You're too good a horseman for your old mother.
Are you old, Mother?
Sometimes, darling, very old.
When are we going back to Madrid?
Oh, not for a long time.
I wish we would go back. I liked it when the king used to come to see us, and Don Antonio.
You liked Don Antonio, didn't you?
He made me laugh.
It's one of his charms. He had gaiety.
Whoa, whoa there.
There's a guest waiting.
It's not Antonio, is it?
No, no. Come along, young man. Let's wash some of that smell of horse of you.
Oh, Your Eminence. What joy to see you.
It's a joy to see you, child.
Tell me the news of Madrid.
I was hoping for news of you. What are your doings?
Oh, I'm busy. I visit the estates, discuss whether the silkworms are more industrious this year than last. Spend much time with Fernando.
Then you've not seen Antonio.
Nor shall I. My soul can carry no heavier burden.
There's no burden, if you truly repent.
Repentance cannot restore a life. It was my desire that brought Escobedo to his end.
I fear Antonio must answer for it. He is to be charged with a murder.
No one would dare accuse a king's minister.
The Escobedo family has prepared a petition to the king himself. They say Juan died because he discovered an illicit romance between Antonio and someone who is named only as that lady. It was wise of them. Otherwise, they could never have found so prominent a spokesman. It is your own cousin, Inigo.
Inigo?
Yes, he will present the petition.
Doesn't he know that I am that lady?
No, it is unlikely. A Mendoza does not attack his own.
Then he'll learn, and quickly. And what does Philip say to this petition?
Oh, all things conspire to solve Philip's problems. The plague carried away his brother in the Netherlands. Philip's grief is now tempered by the fact that he can offer the post to Antonio and so get him out of the country before the petition can be put before him.
His letters say nothing of his leaving Spain.
Philip was to tell Antonio the new appointment this afternoon.
And so it ends. I lock myself away here, turn myself into a battlefield, and the problem is solved for me, as well as for Philip. Well, at least one of us got what he was after. My Antonio goes on to higher honors.
Better take all our uniforms, eh? The ladies in Brussels will like our nice Spanish uniforms.
I never intended to be shit lovely.
No wrong.
You're so generous.
So are you. You've given me so much happiness.
Diego,
Yes, Excellency?
someone healed the Mesa and his uncle. Tell them to bring their sharpest swords. They will ride with me. Anna, let me look at you.
I forbade you to come here.
Anna, it's wonderful to see you
Ferdinand, what am I going to do without you?
You're not.
With you in Brussels,
I
it
don't
will be
go
so
to Brussels.
difficult. But His Eminence said...
Anna, you have betrayed me. You have become greater than my ambitions. Brussels will live without me. But I could not live another day without you.
Anton, are you mad?
Worse than that. I'm in love.
What did you say?
I love you, Anna.
We have no right to love. We have a death to answer for.
We have a what?
Let us be honest with each other. We know why Escobedo died.
Well, that's why you stayed away from Madrid. Why you refused to see me. Anna, I didn't kill Escobedo.
What are you saying?
So that's the reason for all this.
What else was I to think? You said you'd kill him.
Someone else saved me the doing of it.
Who?
I don't know. All I know is that the king was prepared to turn him over to the executioner, even before he broke into your house.
Yes, what is it?
Don Inigo, Highness.
Show him in.
What brings him here?
I asked him to come.
You sent for me, cousin.
I didn't expect you in the middle of the night.
Your letter said it was urgent. I came post haste.
You know Don Antonio?
What was so urgent, cousin?
Oh, sit down, Inigo, and stop acting the avenging angel. It's not a role that becomes you.
You'll allow me to decide that.
So be it. I am told that you are sponsoring a certain petition to the king.
That is my privilege.
It is one you will forgo. Are you not aware that I am the notorious lady of whom it speaks?
That becomes obvious when I find you in such company. I may remind you, madam, it is the first time a Mendoza has become the subject of an affair so revolting as to set all Madrid ringing.
Dear saints, have you ever heard such ranting?
I speak for the family. You will pack at once. I shall take you to your uncle in Seville until you've regained your senses. You've trampled our name in the mud deep enough.
The honor of the Mendozas is far safer in my hands than in yours. If you wish an issue, Inigo, I will give you one. If you want to see to whose side the family will rally, I will show you. It has always preferred honesty to stupidity.
I'm waiting, cousin.
You are going, cousin, and quickly. If you are wise.
You. I will await your seconds, Perez.
Good. Then you know that you will die within 1 minute after the crossing of our swords. And another thing. The king himself has advised the Escobedo the suspicions are groundless. So if you want to get along in life, either keep up to date with our scandals or keep out of them. Good night and goodbye.
That was not a wise thing to do. For you to make an enemy of the Mendozas.
For one Ana de Mendoza, I would fight a whole army of Mendozas.
You could have them on your side.
This is not the year for miracles. How?
It's very simple. A widow may marry again.
Anna, do you think that I would hide behind your skirts and use you as a shield against my enemy?
There is also the matter of my love.
When I can come to you, as I once came, the king's right hand, my name cleared in open trial, then I will do the asking. In the meantime, let there be no more talk about doing without me. No more buts.
Announcement to the king.
Your Highness.
I had not thought to see you here.
I had thought to see you in Madrid. I've been back 2 weeks. Not a note, not a word from you. My old friend did not behave so.
Why are you here, Princess?
No longer Anna.
I'm waiting.
Like my cousin, I have come to present a petition, Your but for quite different reasons. I, too, urge that you allow Antonio Perez to be brought to trial.
And you wish this brought out in the open?
It is out in the open. Since he declined exile in Brussels, have you not stripped him of his duties one by one? By your own actions, you have shown Madrid you think him guilty.
He killed the man.
No, Philip, he did not.
He killed him, and not out of loyalty to his king, but because of a woman.
That lady. Say it, Philip. Because of me.
Now you see why I cannot let him come to trial. You have disgraced yourself, Anna, and Rui's name.
I've done no harm to Rui's name. That part of my life which belonged to him still belongs to him. But there is another part which belongs to me, and I insist on managing it under God. If I do wrong, that is between me and heaven.
I repeat, you have disgraced yourself. This public scandal is an outrage.
It is indeed an outrage. That is why I now demand this trial.
Then you deny you have a lover.
I deny that it was because I had a lover that Escovedo died.
You can say this to me, that you belong to.
Have I ever disguised from you that I'm human?
But you could give him up.
Do not ask me to do it. It would dishonor both of us.
You've made me suffer, Anna. As no man should suffer. Your letters to your lover. Get them out of my sight.
Oh, no, Philip, you couldn't.
I had the right. As head of state, it was my privilege.
Who talks of rights and privileges when it's human feelings you're trampling on? Oh, clumsy, clumsy Philip.
Be still. I did not steal the letters, nor ask that they be stolen. I was shocked when they brought them to me. Shocked at having in my hands letters from you to another man. I locked them away. But I wanted to read them. I'd take them out and hold them in my hands and try to read them. But I couldn't. I think I was too afraid of the pain. Of the awful pain they'd be to me.
Oh. Forgive me, Philip. Forgive me. Antonio not here yet?
It's not 10 o'clock yet. He will be here. He always is.
Fetch him at once, Bernie. I can't wait to tell him his troubles are over, that all's well.
And the king said so?
Philip went straight to the altar and knelt for guidance. Oh, Bernie, everything's changed. Now he knows that Antonio did not kill Escovedo, that I am still his friend, as he is most certainly mine.
The king had made a mistake. It's not in the stars.
Don't speak so of him, Bernie. There are many things I never understood before, which... Antonio? Don Mateo.
Your Highness, I come at the king's bidding. He demands your oath that you return to the country and never see Antonio Perez again in this life.
Is this some joke?
I am here by the king's orders.
Then please inform His Majesty that I return to Madrid at his invitation. I shall remain for as long as I see fit. I received Don Antonio at his instigation. I shall continue to do so because I wish to. Since he has forgotten how to behave as a king, Then I must forget that he is one. Is that quite clear?
It is in your hands. The King's warrant, Your Highness. Do you understand, Your Highness? You are to come with me.
From Philip to me.
For the King's warrant. You cannot arrest the person without a charge.
This is not an arrest, but a measure of protection for Our Highness's own safety.
Have you taken this measure of protection against anyone else tonight, Captain?
It is outside my duty to answer that.
Don't go with them, Highness. Tell these fools you're Mendoza. You're the greatest lady in Spain.
Be calm, Bernie, be calm.
I won't let them take you away. I'll call the guards. Get out, you fool! Get out!
Bernie, Bernie! You can serve me best by taking care of Fernando. I'll be gone in a little while.
Business, Cardinal?
I ask the release of Antonio Perez.
On what grounds?
His innocence.
That is a matter yet to be determined.
No longer, sir. Another man has admitted his guilt in the confession.
Who is this man?
That I do not know. The priest who heard his confession is bound to silence.
A flagrant trick. Some henchman of Perez perjures himself to an ignorant priest.
A man does not perjure himself to God. Sire, in all humility, I forewarn you. The voice of the church will be heard.
It is my voice that is heard in Spain.
For months, an innocent man has suffered unjustly. An innocent woman has been confined to a dark and icy cell. For weeks, she has lain on a filthy bed and in high fever. If you do not concern yourself with justice, concern yourself with pity.
I pity anyone who is in a state of sin.
She is in a state of grace, Your Majesty, and soon will die.
Then we must suppose it is her time to die.
It's God's will.
You dare to defy your king. You undermine the authority of the throne. My own court looks at me with questioning eyes. There is whispering in the streets. Go home, and I'll put an end to this.
Give Antonio his trial.
It is for the king to impose conditions, not to have them imposed upon him. This your Perez has learned. He was willing to face his accusers empty-handed if I let you go free. Willing to surrender my warrant.
No.
He, too, forgot I am the king. I accept an ultimatum from no man.
What have you done to him?
And from no woman. You will obey. Ana, have mercy. At night, Rui's voice comes to me. I can stand no more. Go home, Ana, I beg you. We shall never see each other again, Ana.
No, Philip. We shall never see each other again.
God help me. I cannot let you die. Perez shall have his trial.
Oh, it's you again, Mateo. I could wish for a more cheerful visitor.
There are certain state papers that are missing.
Why, that's impossible.
A certain document with the king's signature.
Oh, yes, let me think. Oh, yes, the instruction for Escobedo's death. Unfortunately, it's not in my possession.
Where is it?
You won't believe this, Mateo, but I haven't the faintest idea. It's a quandary, isn't it, Mateo? The king cannot bring me to trial while it exists and still stand clear, can he?
The king can wait. Speak, Perez. The warrant. Where is it? What have you done with the warrant?
He has fainted, Excellency.
Turn him loose. Bandage the hands. We will resume again tomorrow. Inigo, what news do you bring from Madrid?
Every garment he possesses has been torn apart. Every piece of furniture exposed, every hiding place exposed. The warrant doesn't exist.
But Perez must know where it is.
Then let's put him to the rack that we may know and end this farce.
That we have done. But Perez will not say to whom he has entrusted it. Who could be close enough to him?
My cousin?
No. Wouldn't place her in that jeopardy, but somebody knows where it is. Someone who's close to him, someone who's... But of course, that brigand who was always by him. That Diego.
Yes, Diego, of course.
Find him, put him to the screw. That His Majesty is not considered.
Welcome, Diego. My home is yours.
Kill me. Excellency, kill me now. I could not stand the pain.
So, it is ended. They have the warrant now.
Forgive me, Excellency.
All right, Diego. If I had known where the warrant was, I would have told them too.
Forgive me.
Forget it, Diego. It was written in the stars. Philip will always win.
You summoned me, sire?
I have issued orders for the release of the Princess of Eboli. You may take her home.
You know well, sire, on what conditions she will accept the release.
The Perez be brought to trial. It's already been decreed. Certain papers have fallen into my hands which convince me that the time is opportune.
Perez can now face his accusers.
Out of my way! Oh, I'll tend to Her Highness.
Oh, Bernie. My faithful Bernie. Bernie.
No, don't waste your strength in talking.
Oh. Where are the servants? Who are these people?
You're not quite free yet, Anne.
And I thought I was coming home. Is my own home yet another prison?
Only till after the trial.
You are home. I'll handle this riffraff.
At least he's allowed me you.
He's allowed you nothing. I'm violating the king's order, and let him make the most of it. Come on, you sluggards. Carry Her Highness upstairs.
Philip does not deceive me. Antonio is to have his trial.
In 3 days' time. Certain papers have fallen into my hands which have made me decide. Those were Philip's words.
Papers? What papers?
I don't know. He tore them up in front of my eyes.
Antonio is lost, then. The only protection he had was the king's signature on that warrant.
Antonio's protection is his innocence. I've told you the crime has been confessed.
Oh, what good is that against 1,000 perjured oaths? Antonio won't be tried for murder, but for the crime that Philip would make of love.
Dear child, you must stay still.
I must go to him. Help me up. Help me.
Not until you hear from me. Promise me that.
Then hurry. Hurry. Don't let it be too late. Your Eminence, give him my love. And don't tell him how old and helpless I've become.
So it stands. The witnesses are well rehearsed. Perez shall have his trial with no man to speak for him.
Except the cardinal.
He can do nothing. The right of the confessional protects me. He said so himself.
All the same, I could wish you'd wait a little longer to seek your forgiveness of God.
I have no regrets. I have served Spain and my king.
You have served him badly.
Your Majesty.
There will be no trial. Perez will be released.
Sir, not now. Not when he can be tried quite safely.
It is you, Vasquez, who shall stand trial.
Your Majesty, I did it only because Escobedo conspired against you. He was an enemy to the throne.
I gave you no warrant.
Perez would have failed you. It was for that I took this obligation. He loved this Escobedo too well to be party to his death. Sir, I sought only to serve you.
May you make your peace with God.
Your Majesty.
Too bad you enter here.
Your Majesty, Perez has escaped.
Escaped? How?
We do not know, sire. There were some monks who came to the prison and just thought that...
Catch him. Bring him back.
You yourself were about to set him free.
He has defied his king. He has lost all right to my grace and pardon. Begone and take Vasquez with you. Lodge him in Perez's cell until he is returned to it.
duty, sentry! Stay awake! Get back to your post.
Back to bed, my young duke. You get your sleep at least. Say good night.
Good night, Mother.
Good night, lamb.
And you come along, too. You ought to be asleep.
How am I going to get along without you, Bernie?
Oh, don't worry about that. I come of hardy stock. I'm good for a score of years yet.
I hope so. I'm sending you away.
Are you indeed? And how do you propose to accomplish this?
I want you to take Fenno. Where? I don't know. I shall have to think. But I won't have him exposed to death.
Is the angel close, Anna?
Very close, Bernie. It won't be long. I only ask that he give me enough strength to reach Madrid and stand beside Antonio.
Poor little boy.
He's still so little. And when I'm gone, his godfather will want to raise him.
The king won't get his hands on him.
No. I want another life for my son. There's no laughter at El Escorial.
We'll talk about it in the morning. Come along to bed now. What's the matter?
Put me back on my couch, Bernie. Leave me here.
What for?
I don't know. But I must stay.
I'll see no one comes up the stairs.
Oh, my darling. What have they done to you?
Anna. We're together again. Nothing matters. We are free.
Sit down. Oh, sit down, my darling. How long can you stay?
Until Bernardina gets your things. Then we ride to Aragon, to Italy, to France. You mind going over a wall?
Oh, Anton. Anton, look at me.
Have I once taken my eyes from you?
I can't ride with you, my beloved. Not now.
Anna, you've been very ill.
But I'm getting stronger every day. You go, my darling, and I'll come to you.
When?
It won't take long. A week. A few days only. To get my strength.
I stay here with you. We will not be separated again.
Oh, Anton. Anton. Same, Anton.
You have not forgotten.
I have forgotten nothing.
In my cell, I could hear the chimes of Santa Maria, and they would bring you to me. They were ringing loud and clear when the Cardinal's good monks helped me to escape.
I loved them so. I'd give much to hear that warming little air once more before I die.
What is this talk of death?
Am I likely to see Madrid again?
Not in Philip's lifetime.
Someone coming?
No fear.
Does His Excellency want something to eat?
No, thank you, Bernardina.
Bernie. Get Fernando up. The child has gone to sleep. Put some clothes on him quickly. Get him ready. He'll ride with Don Antonio. 2 minutes.
I said that I would stay here.
I know you did, my darling. But you can serve me best by going. If Fernand goes with you.
To Aragon?
And France and Italy. Let him live in the sun. Teach him to laugh. You always made him laugh.
I came here for you, Anna.
And I'll come to you. Do as I ask, Anton. It's the first thing I've ever asked of you. Safe journey, my darling. And happiness in Aragon.
Happiness. When you get there.
How shall I know that you're safe?
I will send a message.
I'm allowed no letters, no visitors.
I will find a way. You will have a message.
He's still asleep. Wake up, sleepyhead. Say goodbye to him. No, don't wake him. God keep you, my little son. Be a great man, like your father. And don't forget me. Not too soon. Go now, darling, quickly.
Anna, I once said that when I could come to you, with no man against me, no danger threatening, that I would ask you. Anna, I bring you nothing now, but still I ask you. I shall count the hours until you come to me. And once in Aragon, strength will flow into you again, and the warm sun will give you life. And then we will marry.
Oh, yes, darling. Then we will marry. Hurry.
Goodbye, Anna. You're always in my heart.
You've done well, child. And be good for each other.
Adios, Antonio.
Adios. Go with God.
O'Gill!
Yes?
You will not fail me.
I understand. The chimes of Santa Maria Almudena.
Where are we? Don Antonio?
This is Aragon. This is your home.
Sit spiritus sancti, amen.
No word, no message.
They're safe, child. We should have heard if they'd been captured.
I won't go until I have a message.
Don't talk, dear child.
I read a rosary.
There. There.
Tell Bernie. Open the window. It'll be cold. Please. Open it wide. Oh, it's come. Listen. Oh, he promised.
Chimes of Santa Maria coming from the village church. It must be the signal.
Aragon, and then France, and Italy, all with the sun. Oh, tell Bernie I want my dress, my bride's dress. Oh, Anton, wait for me. Dear love, dear heart, wait. I'll go with you.
She is gone.
Ana de Mendoza is at rest.
I knew it. I felt the loneliness.
And only the day before, she prayed for you, sir.
May her prayers be heard. I have much need of them. And do you pray for me, Reverend Father? Pray that I may have strength to endure the years, the interminable years.